My name's Chris Bell. I'm a storyteller. And the way I would describe my stories are they're like real rap. Unless I lived it, I don't write about it. It's 7 a.m. I'm slumped across my kitchen table, and it feels like I have a steel spike lodged in my forehead. This is the 5th day, and I can't seem to shake this sickness. I just want to crawl back in bed and cancel my life for an entire month, but I can't. So I figure maybe if I get something in my stomach, I'll feel better. I take a bite of an everything bagel, and I can feel the seasonings on my tongue, but I can't taste a thing. Even my morning coffee isn't giving me the same kick, so I figure today might be the day I keep the promise I made to my wife and just quit drinking coffee altogether. But I know I can't deal with caffeine withdrawals on top of being sick already. Not today. Today's too important. You see, 6 months ago, I came up with a business plan, and my boss liked it so much he wanted me to present it at the next big meeting. So for months, I worked nights and weekends to perfect this 20-minute presentation till all parts came together like a symphony. And today's the day. If this goes well, it could mean a promotion, and that would be huge for both me and my family. So my plan's simple: get to work early, organize my notes, and be at my best. Sickness or no sickness, I need to knock this presentation out of the park. So I throw some Tylenol in my bag and head towards the door. And God picks this very moment to remind me that I have children. My teenage daughter, Sasha, starts screaming that the washing machine is flooding the basement. I go down there to discover that she took all our whites, darks, and colors, 5 loads of laundry, and stuffed them into one load. Obviously, she was trying to get her chores done quicker. So as I'm standing down there feeling the water penetrate the soles of my shoes, my 8-year-old son, Zachary, comes downstairs and tries to convince me that he wasn't playing with my razor and the hairs on his right eyebrow just fell out on their own. So as I finish juggling my little domestic hand grenades, I'm already an hour late for work. I'm flying down the highway. I finally arrive to my desk just 3 minutes before this meeting's about to start. I'm sweating. My notes are scattered everywhere. I go to log on my computer so I can join the online meeting, and my screen greets me with incorrect password. And I'm thinking my password has always been the name of my first dog with a capital Y. Or a lowercase I, but anyway, after what feels like an eternity, I'm finally able to reset my password and join the online meeting, only to be told I now only have 5 minutes to give a 20-minute presentation. Now, what happens next is a lot like watching me fall down a flight of stairs. I stumble, I stutter, and when someone asks me to explain the benefits of implementing my big idea, I load the wrong set of slides. My presentation ends with silence and blank stares. And I am so disappointed with myself. And I'm starting to think, you know what? Maybe that really wasn't such a good idea. So I take a personal day, and I go straight to the store for the one thing that will make me feel better right now. A big old tub of chocolate ice cream. I get to the store and I grab my ice cream, I go to checkout, and this lady with 623 items cuts right in front of me. And she saw I only had one item, but she looked at me like she still thought it was the 1950s and we shouldn't be shopping in the same grocery store. So now I'm not only sick and disappointed, now I'm angry. So somewhere there's video surveillance of me slamming the ice cream down on a display rack and stomping out the store. I just need to get home and get away from people right now. But unfortunately, I can't even pull out of my parking spot without getting to a screaming match with an Uber driver over which one of us deserves to have their license revoked forever. And then this guy, he actually wants to get out of his Prius and start banging on my window and trying to open my door. So the next thing I know, I'm standing in the parking lot. We are chest to chest. I can smell the tuna sandwich and cigarette that he had for lunch, and my hands are about to make a decision. But in that moment, I look over his right shoulder, and I see a squad car pull up in the far part of the parking lot. I'm pretty sure they didn't see us, but I saw them. And I just stood there thinking, what am I doing? Hopping out of the car like a college student who had too much peppermint schnapps. So I just tell this guy, I gotta go home. I finally get home. I'm lying on my couch in the dark with an ice pack on my head. My wife comes home. She asks me what's wrong, and I tell her, I don't know. I've been sick all week. I can't get rid of this headache. I messed up at work. I'm screaming at people at the grocery store. I could have got arrested. I just don't feel like myself. I don't know what's wrong. I think I might need to, talk to somebody. And she gives me a heavy look, sits down next to me, and says, babe, coffee's not good for your high blood pressure, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm going to quit. I promise. I'll do it. She's like, no, just listen to me. I wanted to help. So last week, I kind of secretly switched your coffee to decaffeinated. So after I came back from Starbucks with not one but 2 large espressos, it was a miracle. I felt 100% better, no headache at all. 3 months later, I get another opportunity to present my idea. And this time, I wrote my password on my hand. But more importantly, I'm no longer drinking coffee. While my wife's heart was in the right place, her idea to have me go cold turkey almost killed me. But it did help me see how addicted I was to caffeine. And I didn't like the person I saw. So that became my motivation to keep the promise I made to my wife and stop drinking coffee. But now, when I'm sitting at the kitchen table, drinking my herbal tea, she'll walk by and give me a little smile. And that smile will make me wonder if that wasn't really her plan all along. Thank you.